Hello, everybody. This is Will Faerber from Art2Ride. Hope you're all doing well today. And we're here once again, our Thursday afternoons with Ron and Darcy Branchini. So looking forward to starting with Trigger here today.
Yep. Ron's just
Getting himself
ready here.
Yeah, it's just verifying volumes.
Okay.
Yep. We had such a great week last week. I'm looking forward to the same here or better. Not that that always happens.
We'll see. Every day is different.
Every day is a little different. You never know. But if you can get it once, you can get it again. That's what I would say.
So yeah, he did well this week. I worked him. I think I gave him 2 days off since the last lesson.
Right.
Got on him once. Just did walk work. He was really good. I noticed that the last couple days with the lunging, he's actually stretching more and kind of releasing like he did,
Nice.
like we saw when Darcy was riding him and stuff. So I think it's starting to click for him. So
excellent. Okay, well, let's start with some work in hand. Whichever way you'd like to begin.
Oh, buddy.
And as usually, we just start on a circle. We always want to start this work on a circle that we get them in case we need to move those hindquarters out. It's a lot easier on a circle than taking them down the long side. So we establish our swing on the circle, and then we go large. Oh, where's the camera going? There it goes. It's trying to find you. Go ahead and ask him for a little more activity. And once again, take the slack out of your reins, but stay on a circle down here at this end. Stay on a circle to start with. Just gradually begin to ask him to open up that walk. Very nice. It's getting better with every step now. Really nice there. That's starting to look much, much better. This horse is looking so good behind the saddle now, everybody, when you see him go by. I always keep a little memory in my mind of what the horse looked like the last time I saw it. And one of the main things I look at is that dip there behind the saddle, which on this horse used to be very, very pronounced, and we're starting to see that begin to fill up. Really nice there. Go ahead and go large in that walk. Now he's beginning to stretch into it. Could be a little more active, see if you can maximize the step. A little bit more. You're always looking for the biggest step we can get. You can get a horse too fast, meaning the foot falls too quick, but you can never get it too long, if you will. That's when they really begin to reach under, especially with horses like this that are rather straight in the hind legs. They tend to not want to flex their hocks because they're really not built to do it very well. So we have to really maximize that. Keep that going. That's really good now. It's starting to really open up. It's much better now. Getting a nice swing through the back. And then when you get to this end, we'll turn down the center line and do a leg heel to the left. You can do a little shoulder in for there as you're doing already. Like, all good. And we'll turn by the center line and do a leg heel to the left. Really nice there. Good. Now down the next long side, we'll begin to bring his pole up a little bit and ask for a shoulder four down the next long side. We're trying to keep the same rhythm in that step as we bring his pole up to experiment with where we can bring the pole without dropping the back. So remember, we never want to give up movement for a different neck placement, if you will, or a neck placement that doesn't do anything other than slow the horse down. So that's always what we're looking at. How high can we bring the pole without losing that swing over the horse's back? As the horse develops, it's able to go higher and higher. It's really quite good there. A little less bend in the neck, need a little more outside range, so it straightens the neck just a little bit. Remember, we never want more bend at the shoulder than in the middle of or right at the base of the withers is where we talk about bend. That's really good now. Now on the circle here, let it go all the way down on the circle here and lengthen the stride around the circle. Push the hindquarters out just a little bit more to get a little more engagement there. There you go. Really nice. And of course, you can see that what we're doing here is exactly what we want to be able to do when we ride the horse, when he's strong enough. So we're basically teaching the horse how to be ridden before we add the weight in the saddle. Problem is, if we get on horses with weak backs before they've built enough strength and we try to get their heads up, all they're going to do is fight you or try to get their backs up. So that's why people, trying to rein horses back really fast. Now bring them up from that walk on the circle there. Let's develop your working walk and see where we can get to on the circle now. Pull up, but always being careful to keep the neck straight.
Oh, found Calvin.
It's got a smell of something like there. Like that. Now bring him a little bit more shoulder forward as you go around there. And try to stabilize that head and neck position. Keep it active right there. Good. Keep it there. And to soften into that. Very nice. Keep that. Good. Now let him stretch all the way down again. And as we do, give him a little tap. Begin to ask the walk to swing out. Go ahead and go large now. And this time I want to do it like we did last week. We're going to change across the diagonal. And this time, instead of coming right back across the diagonal, you're going to do what we call a reverse position shoulder in. So you're going to bring him in this shoulder forward position in a reversed position down the wall on the other side. So you're going to go across the diagonal. You'll be now on the outside, and you'll try to bring him down that outside wall in a reverse position in a shoulder in.
Got it.
Good. Keep up with him there. That's really good. Keep it going. And now we'll come down the next long side with his hindquarters to the inside. Some horses, when we work them, understand it better this way, some the other way. It depends. Or you may find that they love doing it in one direction and not in the other. Try to push those hindquarters in a little bit more. Hindquarters still need to come in a little bit more, so still try to straighten the shoulder with your outside reins. It's quite more difficult here. Then push the hindquarters in a little bit more. In there. Now go on from the next long side, we'll leg yield back across the diagonal. For your first attempt at that, that was good.
Yeah, I didn't know if I was trying to do the right thing, so.
You're getting there. But that's really pretty nice working walk right there with him. Now we'll leg yield back from this long side on the diagonal.
So do you want me to go down the same way on this one on the
No,
outside?
no, I want you to go out on the diagonal now. Sound like you're doing a regular leg yield, just like that. All right there, that's good. Keep that going down the long side. That's good. That's not what I meant, but you're doing it right now. That's really good. So that's just what I wanted on the other side. Now from the next long side, you're going to leg yield back across the diagonal. So you're going to leg yield away from the rail on the next long side.
Okay.
But that was really good. Exactly what I'm looking for. Yeah, quite good there. Very nice. When you get to the end down here, wherever you are, just come back on the circle at this end and let him stretch all the way down. Once again, ask him to really reach out in that walk.
I think I found his high gear. Come on, buddy.
There we go. Nice there. All the way down. Sure you have a little contact on that outside rein as well. That's not just the inside rein. There you go, keeping the slack out. Just like we want to do with when we ride. So usually when we say we soften a horse, usually one rein is steady and we soften on the other side, whichever side the horse is the hardest in his mouth, that you feel the most kind of resistance or lack of pliability, if you will. And sometimes that's the outside and sometimes it's the inside. It's usually the inside, but sometimes it's the outside when we're trying to get them to stand up to the outside rein a little bit. That is not to run through it. Very nice. Now bring them back up on the circle. Begin to shorten your reins. Try to keep that same active step, and we'll see if you can soften. So think about just letting the pole right there. It's quite good. Keep that. And once again, a horse like this, if you look at how he's made, his neck comes straight out of the body, if anything, and almost forward and down. So he's never going to be a horse that has a really high head set because it's not the way the horse is built. We have to train the horse for the conformation that it has. Everything else remains the same, but a horse that has a real high set on neck will ultimately have a higher head set, but they all have to stretch to begin with. And bring them all back up again. Bring them back up on your circle there. I want to make a halt there. So bring him back up and get him to stabilize. And then I want you to just ask him to softly halt and see if you can keep your hands just lively and softening him and see if we can keep him on the bridle as we make that transition into a halt. But be sure it's really soft and use your voice command. Not bad. You didn't try to pull out of the reins or anything. Go ahead and change directions to the other side. Ultimately, we'd like him to stop and just be a little softer, like we did last week. But I don't want it. That's not something you want to do over and over again. You don't want something you kind of feel it at the end of each one. You'll get better at doing it. But it's not a thing that you'll just annoy the horse if you start doing that over and over again.
Well, I know that he has been stopping better for me under saddle.
Yeah. And once again, on your circle at the end here, we'll try to settle him into that stretch. Push the hindquarters out just a little more. A little bit more yet. There we go. Now we're getting better. If you can move those hindquarters out just a little bit more even yet. There, he starts flexing his hocks. That's what we're looking for. Yeah, really good there. Now go ahead and go large down the long side and then turn at the top at the middle of the long side at the other end and leg yield to the right. And turn down the center line and leg yield to the right. Remember, in the leg yield, we want to keep the shoulder a little more in advance so we can step under. If the hindquarter starts to lead, the horse has a chance of hitting itself with the hind leg. So the shoulder should always be the furthest thing over to the right there if you're going to the right. Let's go down the long side and do that one. I mean, down the center line right here and do that one more time in that direction. Just really try to let that shoulder stay a little bit in advance. He tends to want to push those hindquarters over too far in this direction a little bit. So start your leg yield right there so the shoulder's in advance.
Oh, you want me to leg yield on this
side?
Yeah,
leg yield, yeah, right to the other side. Yeah,
I'm having a hard time understanding tonight, hearing you.
Okay, there you go. That's what I wanted. You got the shoulder in the right place now. So I wanted the shoulder to lead the exercise. Now go ahead and do a shoulder in down the next long side.
Okay.
Let him have a little stretch out again. Let us walk open up a little bit for a moment. We don't want to ever just let them pull the reins out of our hands, but once we set them up again, it's a good idea to go back. They may be needing a stretch, so they may be trying to tell us something, but we don't want to let them, they don't get to initiate it whenever they feel like it. But on the other hand, we must be willing to listen to what they have to say a little bit. Right there, a little less neck. There you go, right there. There you go, good, keep that going. Now from the next long side, go across the diagonal. And so the same thing, we're going to cross the diagonal and come back along the other side in that reverse position. So
we're going to do a leg yield off the rail.
We'll come down the long side. So you're going to just go straight across the diagonal. When you come around here, you go straight across the diagonal and then go through the short side. And then you'll come back toward me on the wall with the hindquarters to the inside. So in other words, a reverse position in the shoulder, just like we did. Nice right there. Very good walk right there. That's really nicely connected. And now shoulder 4 to the inside. So his haunches come to the inside now. That reverse position. There you go, like that. There you go. Haunches a little more to the inside. You're trying to push the hindquarters a little more inside. The bend is to the outside, of course. Haunches a little more to the inside. See if you can get them in a little bit more. Kind of wanting to hug the hindquarters to the wall there. Go ahead down the next long side and try that again. Kind of think that you're going to do the leg yield away from the wall down this next long. Like you're going to start by doing a leg yield on the wall and getting positioned off the wall a little bit.
Okay, let me get under the speaker so I can hear you a little bit better.
Okay, sorry.
I just want to clarify. It's noisy here today. So what I'm trying to do is a shoulder in away from the
in a reverse position. So in other words, instead of his hindquarters being at the wall, his forehand is at the wall, and you're pushing the hindquarters to the inside.
Inside.
Right.
All right. So I was doing it right. I just wasn't getting enough action out of him. Okay.
Yeah, just not quite getting enough hindquarters to the inside. You're kind of wanting to hug the wall.
You want me to,
why you do this?
All right. So you want me to do the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, up that long side right there, straight ahead.
Got it.
So the key is that, before you even get there, come around the corner there, like almost thinking that you're going to start a leg yield, if you will, a little bit, pushing the hindquarters a little bit to the inside. There you go, like that. Now, hindquarters a little bit more inside. So just like there you go. Now you're getting it, like that. There you go, like that. Keep that going down the long side, like that. That's really good. Now you've got it. That's a reverse position in the shoulder. Keep that going. Now straighten and then come down, come back across the next diagonal, leg yielding on the diagonal. The same pattern we did the other way. Softening nicely in the bridle for you right there. Really nice. Really nice how the underside of the neck is all relaxed. This horse used to be a horse with very much of a U-neck. And once again, we know that U-necks are caused by horses pulling with their front legs instead of propelling themselves forward. That's really good. Keep that going. Really nice. The shoulder's leading just as it should right there. Great. Back onto your circle again when you get on this side and just keep him up where he is right there. That's a pretty nice working walk for him at his level. And anywhere along there, you can ask him to halt. Just keep feeling, once again, keep your fingers alive. Don't try to just hold him in place. Use your voice command. Keep your fingers just softening. The goal is he doesn't just grab it and pull on you, but he doesn't change the frame either. There you go. Yeah, much better that time. Good job. Very nice. Pat him on the neck. Okay, we're ready for some lunging. That was excellent. So there's a little thing you can add to your repertoire there of work in hand.
Yeah.
Well done.
Good.
But he really is doing really nicely today.
It's a lot of coordination. You need long arms to get up over the saddle.
That's right. It's great exercise. And it teaches you how to ride a horse, because once again, it's too easy when you're on the back of the horse to grab hold of their mouth. But if you do that from the ground, they don't go anywhere, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You get on them and they start trying to pull and push at the same time.
Okay, buddy. Ooh.
Looks like you must be having a pretty nice day there today. Not too hot?
Not too hot. Probably mid-70s.
Oh, nice.
Nice and sunny.
We actually had hail this morning. It was really bizarre.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I just finished with the horses. They were both under the aluminum things. One of them in the cross tie, all of a sudden just starts coming down. Like what?
Sure. Did you?
I guess who knows what is coming with this weather change.
Yeah, on the phone. Hold in front of it.
Where are you going?
He sees grass. Alrighty.
Nice.
I think he just does that so there's an obstacle he's got to go around when I lunge him.
You know, it's been the funniest thing, you know, since we started, you know, we have these feeders that feed the horses around the clock.
Yep.
They never go to the bathroom when we work them, ever. It's just, I think, because you know they eat all night long, so I think they're pretty empty. Pretty interesting. Nice there. Really nice walk there. Really nice. That's really nice. Look how nicely he's flexing those hocks, folks, as you're watching this, how supple that walk looks. That's what we want to have happen. Once again, this is a horse with very straight hind legs. But look how nicely he's taking those nice big steps, flexing his hocks. That's excellent. And you can go on into the trot. Now, once again, where you're on your own here, you can do that walk as long as you like since we have limited time, but that was really good. We'll move on up to the trot. There we go. Really nice. Every time he comes up, you just try to yield those hindquarters a little bit away from you there like that. That's really quite nice there. Good boy, Trigger. Look how quickly his belly is coming up now, engaging his core. Really good. That's really nice. Very nice. And let him walk again.
And walk.
By far the best he's done. That was fantastic. Go ahead and change directions.
And who? Are you gonna come see me?
Yeah. What a nice expression he has on his face these days. You go ahead and start the trot. You can see he takes a few steps starting off there, kind of pulling himself along a little bit. But he's already trying to change gears, if you will, trying to get the hindquarters going. Good. Very nice. There. Really good. Really good. Excellent work. And you can let him walk.
And walk.
Very nicely done. By far the fastest he's come around. That was fantastic. So now what I'd like to do is go ahead and put you on there. We're going to have you ride off of the lunge line. We're going to do some walk work first.
Okay. Keep the
So ready?
side reins.
Yeah, you can keep the side reins at first. We'll see whether you need them or not.
Okay.
Keep them there for now.
Oh, buddy.
As I said, the way they are there, it just kind of acts like a little bit of a training wheel in the sense it keeps them from getting too out of whack.
Yep.
Hey, God damn it. Sorry, excuse me a second. My cat just came running in with a live bird. I got to get it out of here while you get on your horse.
All right, cool.
Whoa, come here. Come here, little birdie. Come here. Come here. I got you.
Did you check the audio and make sure our volume is loud enough? Okay.
He was okay. Bad cats.
You saved them, huh?
I saved them. They bring them in. They don't even. They have them in here for a while. They'll damage them. But I came in yesterday and found one. I went to make a smoothie on my counter, and yesterday morning, and there's a full-size dove sitting there that they brought in and left right where I feed them.
They just wanted to show you their little trophy.
Yeah, they're willing to help. Yeah.
Our old cat used to bring snakes up from the basement in our old farmhouse. That was always
Oh,
a
wow.
nice adventure. Just
Oh,
garter
nice.
snakes, but
Huh.
and then the dogs would get in and be a mess.
My cats have killed 3 rattlesnakes in my backyard since I've lived here.
That's crazy.
It's amazing. It's interesting because they know what they are. I watched them because that's how I figured out what is that cat doing? Because it was, like they go after lizards all the time and they go right for them and go, this thing they were, what's he doing? Because he was being so careful,
Yeah.
And sure, it was a rattlesnake, but they killed it. All right, so let's start off with a walk. Once again, we're looking for that same stretch that we had. Come back, kind of start on a circle, just like when we on the lunge line. It's easier to get the stuff going on a circle than it is on going in a straight line. That's really pretty nice there. A little deeper into it would be really good. There you go. Really nice, like that. That's good. Position looks good. Keep stretching that chest up. Don't run over the ring crew, of course. That's really nice. Keep that going as you go large. See if you can get a little deeper. There you go, like that. Do you really feel that smooth? And really try to bring your chest up and feel the horse come up underneath you, and see if you can feel. Ask yourself, where is his back? Is it up underneath me? Is it supporting me, swinging me along evenly? Like you should feel your hips moving, evenly from side to side as the horse swings its back underneath you. That's really very nice. Now, go ahead and turn by the center line and leg heel to the left. And once again, when I say by the center line, I don't mean you have to hit the center line. That's kind of a tight turn. So wherever it feels like a comfortable turn for you to make, and then begin the leg heel. That's it. And just like the work in hand, we want to keep that shoulder, which it is now, slightly in advance. Just about like that. The more open we keep the angle like you have that, the easier it is for the horse to step over. The more parallel the horse is to the wall, the more difficult it is. Nice there. Go ahead and keep that walk and change the rein on the next diagonal. Really nice. And changing on the diagonal. And then we'll do the same thing this way. After you pass the center line, turn and do a leg heel to the right. Use the leg heel to help you get him engaged and his back up a little bit more. That's what the lateral work is for. We don't want to go sideways, but we have to go laterally in order to straighten the horse. To go in a straight line, the horse must lift its back up. And that's what the lateral work is for. So it's to ultimately go straight. Right, nice there. A little bit deeper in that stretch again. And just make a big circle there in the center there where you are on the camera to catch up with you.
Hey, Darcy, can you get behind the camera just to make sure it's following correctly?
Go there now. Now just try to move his hindquarters outside. Stay on a circle now and bring his hindquarters. Just try to push them out just a little bit more. So once again, we get both, like now he's kind of walking and making turns. We want to keep a continuous arc, which means also that you must keep your body in the position of that turn. So your shoulders should be slightly forward, your outside shoulder slightly forward to parallel his shoulders. When we do that, that weighs our inside seat bone, and that's all we ever have to know about weighing seat bones. That will maybe put the amount of weight necessary. We don't want to bear down on the inside seat bone, but we want the horse to lift us on the inside seat bone. There. Now go ahead and go large in that walk again. And then come back down the next long side, coming towards me in a little bit of a shoulder four. So both hands are going to move a little bit to the inside, and your inside leg is going to keep them moving down the track. Ultimately, your outside leg is back from the hip to keep the hindquarters from swinging out. But in the beginning of training like this, it's mostly inside aids. We're mostly using inside leg and rein. As the horse advances in training, we begin to take more control with the outside aids. All right, keep that coming. Right, yeah, good right there. Nice. Really nice. I like you gave him a little tap before, and he really got his hind leg underneath him when you did that and pushed up. That was really good. Really nice right there. Now stretch him all the way down on the circle here. That was really good. Really nice there. Feel how the walk just all of a sudden opened up? That's the walk I'm looking for right there. That's really nice. And there's no hesitation in it. Nice 4-beat step. Really good. Just like that. Now go ahead and go large down the long side. Then you're going to come back to me and a little shoulder in down the opposite side.
So do you want me to do a reverse shoulder in away from
No,
the?
just a regular shoulder in. So it's a regular shoulder forward down the long side.
Okay.
The shoulder's coming to the inside. There you go. Like that. Good. Like that again. Very nice. Very nice. Is Darcy still there with you there?
Yes, she is.
Have her come out and take the side reins off. Let me see what happens.
I don't know, go under the speaker.
Let's take the side reins off.
Oh, side reins off.
Yeah, take the side reins off. And let me see how he goes without them. Once again, just take your time. Remember, stretch as you go into a halt. Keep trying to stretch your body up rather than kind of push down into the seat, because we want the horse to step up underneath you as it's halt. So kind of feel like you lift your upper body up a little bit. Because we want to lighten ourselves so the hind end will continue to come up and forward. We never want to do, you've seen like Western riders do sliding stops where they slam their backs into the horses. And what that does is it freezes their hind legs. That's how you do sliding stop, but it totally destroys. If you've ever seen the old reining horses, they last for 2 years doing that, and then they're shot for life.
Yep.
I mean, just like your car would be. Imagine if every time you came to a stop sign, you slammed on the brakes as hard as you could, from 60 miles an hour. You'd be buying a lot of tires and brakes.
It looks cool for a minute. Then you end up having to you destroy the horse.
Yep.
That's the problem.
So that's the kind of riders we want to be. We want to have a horse that lasts for, a lifetime of riding, or do we want to have a horse that we burn out in 2 years and buy another one?
Yeah. Well, it's the whole thing.
And if you're not a person who feels it, it amazes to me today how many people have these horses put down at such a young age, but because they don't want to feed them, they wreck them, their legs, and then they just put them to sleep. That's really nice. So let's start on a circle here. Let's see if we can get that same stretch that you just had. There you go. Really nicely done. You softened really nicely to the bridle there for you. Now go ahead and stretch them all the way down once there. A little more active. It's getting a little too slow. Keep it active. Keep them stepping. There you go. See if we can get this stretch all the way down without those side reins on there. There you go. Good job. Like that. Good. Keep moving the hindquarters out just a little bit to the outside. Nice. A little more active again. Now see if you'll stretch all the way down. Yeah, that's getting better. Keep working that all the way down with the hindquarters out a little bit. Remember to keep those shoulders, outside shoulder a little bit forward. Keep trying to ask the inside to go a little bit. The outside, the hips rather, to go a little bit to the outside. There you go. Like that. Getting better, a little deeper yet. Keep it going like that. There you go, all the way down there. Now go ahead and go large and try to let them stretch out. And of course, remember when we're walking, we're using the legs. When we want more walk, we use the legs alternately. As you feel the inward swing of the side of the horse, your legs follow that inward swing. And that will time your leg with the moment that the hind leg on that side is about to step forward. Yeah, that's really nice there. Go ahead and change the rein on the next diagonal. Yeah, good. And on the circle here, stretching all the way down again. Yeah, good. Good job. All the way down there. Like that. Very nice. Yeah, good job. Keep softening that. You're doing a great job with your hands. Just soft, just like you're doing there. Just softening his mouth and giving when you feel him want to take it down. If you don't feel like he wants to take it down, then move the hindquarters out a little bit and get him to push up through that inside hind leg a little more. And then he will, like that. Now stay on your circle right there. Get a little bit, stretch deeper. And ask him to trot on the circle. And let's see what happens. It'll either work or it won't. Once again, don't try to hold him in your hands. Just start him just like you did with us. Forget that there's no side reins on there. Just start him with your legs. He's going to probably go through a couple of funny steps there. And we'll see if we can get him to soften and come back into the stretch for you without the help of the side reins. Just stay on the circle there. Keep going for a minute. We'll see if he can make the transition. Keep what you're doing there, not taking a lot of contact, and just keep trying to get him a little more active. It's like you're doing there. Tap him again. Get a little more movement there. Pushing your leg through a little bit. Easy. Keep going there. There you go. Keep going. If you can ask for a little bit more activity, give him a little bit. There you go. Starting to get it. Keep going. Keep going for a moment. It's all right. Just trying to find his gears there. Keep going for a moment. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Let's see if we can get there. Keep going. Just keep going for a moment. Now actually give more rein. Let me see what happens if you just like, let me see you have some slack in the rein. Let's see how he handles that. And just keep going. Keep rising as evenly and softly as you can there. Keep going. There you go. Starting to get there. Starting to get there. There you go. And same thing again. You were almost there. You're starting to respond. So same thing again. You're trying to push the hindquarters to the outside just like you were before. The inside rein almost like an open leading rein. So your inside hand just opens to the inside. So let your right hand come right out to the inside like that, and just keep, but your outside rein stays steady or near the neck like that. So we don't let him run through the outside rein. Widening your circle there a little bit. Keep it going.
I gotta see what he keeps throwing me off my diagonal.
Yeah.
I gotta see something here. As soon as I get on the right diagonal, he like acts up and then throws me back off. So I don't know.
Right.
Saddle's doing something. Try that again.
Go ahead and try again. Let's see what happens. We may need, this was an experiment. We may need to put him back on the, nice and softly. The walk is all good. And trot again. Now correct your rising diagonal. See if you can sit one bounce. There you go. You got it now. Stay with that. Stay with that. There. Keep that soft contact. There you go. Now you're getting it. Keep that. There you go. Again, keep your open leading rein a little bit. Again, let that. There you go. Getting there. Getting there. Let your right hand come open to the inside. Right hand come open to the inside. So it's just kind of an open lead. This is almost like he's attached to a lunge line. Let your right hand come further to the center, but don't throw your body out of balance when you do it. Just a little bit of feel that inside rein. Keep going for him. Now switch your diagonals. See if he'll let you switch it. Try again to switch. There you go. Now you're on it. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going for a moment. Keep going. Keep going. You're almost there. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. There he goes. Starting to get there. Keep going. So again, switch back your diagonal.
Yeah, I'm back on now.
Okay, you're on there now. Good job. Keep going. Soften a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and walk. And Darcy, come on back in with bring the lunge line and the side reins. We're gonna put him back on there. Just see where we're at with that. You did a great job in the walk. Just not quite ready for that yet. But let's put him back on the side reins, back on him, and back on the lunge line to do this trot part. That's a good test to see where we're at, but there's no point in beating our head against the wall. We just take a step back. And of course, you can appreciate, now that you've ridden him over his back correctly and what it feels like. It feels so god awful when horses are moving in that upside down manner.
Yeah, it was just really weird. I'd get him in a certain spot, he'd take a step and then throw me off my throw me back off.
Hey, Trigger.
Do you want me to get off and help? Got to find a new groom.
Better be careful what you wish for.
Exactly. I don't remember which hole.
Right there. Yep. You got it on the string, right? Yeah.
Oh, there, Trig.
All right.
Oh,
there we go.
now I need you on the lunge line. Lunge line whip. And just walk him on the circle there, get him stretching back out again. Nice.
You want us to go in the same direction? Opposite
Yeah, just the way you're going right now is fine. Okay. And go ahead and hook him up.
We apologizing for it. He's working.
Working hard. All right. Now, here we go again. Yeah, really nice in the walk there. And you can ask him to trot. And same thing here, just, there you go, then figure it out, just like you're doing there. Darcy, be sure you just feel a little bit of contact on the line. There you go, like that. So you can't just pull it to the outside. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Same thing again. There. Much better, like that. That's where we're going. Like that. Really good now. Keep that right there. Really good, like that. Really good now. Really nice there. Excellent. Keep it going. Back into it again. Every time, just remember to bring that inside hand, just like almost like a lunge line. It's an open leading rein. So your hand just comes right to the inside like that. There. There we go, like this. Every time you try to invert, that's it. You just try to move him a little to the outside again, keep that inside rein contact. Yeah, good now. There we go. That's more like it. Every time he comes up, once again, it's just that open leading rein. There we go. Good. There you go. Yeah, very nice. That's coming around nicely now. There, like that. Good. Getting better. There we go, like that. Now ask him back to a walk again.
And walk.
Once again, we're not too worried about the frame as he makes that downward transition. Just soften him as quietly as you can, like and all the way down there. And go ahead and stop and change directions. That was good. I got to a good place. So what we saw here is that he's just not ready to do this without the side reins and off of this quite yet, though you are in the walk. Go ahead and change directions.
Sorry, trigger.
There we go. And just let him stretch out in the walk there for a moment again, like that. Really good. Feel that big swing happening underneath you. Always a good idea to lighten your seat in the saddle like you just did there. Always remember to pull your chest up, that we're not just bearing down into the back of the horse, but we're lifting ourselves up and trying to find a perfect point of balance. You know, like a person, you ever seen like a person standing on a ball? That's kind of what we're doing on the horses. So we're standing on our seat bones, if you will, but same principle once we get the back to come up. Really nice there. And ask him to trot. Really good there. Right from that. Good. Just ask for the trot. Very good. There's going to be these moments of him making his gear changes here, so he figures it out. Getting there. It's getting better. There we go. Like that. Really good now. Like that. Really good. Just soften him again there. There. There, really good now. Like that. Really good. Really good. Keep that right there. Really good. Really good work. Right there is excellent.
Darcy, can you move that way a bit more?
Really nice. Excellent right there. Really good work. Yeah. Excellent. Very nice. Now let him come back to a walk.
And walk. I think I found the culprit why he was acting up so much. There's a couple bare spots in the. I think he was hitting it, causing him to act up.
Well, that was really good. He ended up in a really good place. You may halt and dismount. That was great. So I think what we saw, he just wasn't quite ready to be completely off there. That's why I did that, to test it, to see where we're at. But
yeah, no, it's
good. See if you can't, between now and next week, at least do this with you in the saddle a couple of times. You know, I think I'd always give him, after we have a big lesson like this, the next day should be nothing on his back, just stretching and moving like that. But try to do this a couple more times between now and when I see you, as long as everything else is, unless that some reason starts going badly, then of course don't. You know, that's always the rule. Is just like we did here. We tried the next step, but it wasn't quite ready to happen, so we just took a step back to what we know was going to work, right?
Yeah.
Let's do it rather than beat our head against the wall. But really good. I mean, it's good. I mean, your walk work was really nice. All even with without the side range, that's coming really beautifully.
Yeah, we're making progress. Every week is.
So you can have days like that. Like if you don't, if you're not going to trot at all, then just, have a day where you do all that trot work first on the lunge line, then just get on him and do nothing but the walk work,
Yeah.
So you don't have to go into a trot every day. Then maybe the next day, get on him and do a little bit of the trot work. So we're not asking him every day yet to be carrying you yet, but it's coming compared to what it used to be. It's hugely improved. Questions today?
Nope, I've got some stuff to work on until next week, so we should be good with that.
Excellent. That was wonderful.
Great.
Okay, Darcy, we'll see you in a couple of minutes. You want to take a little break here for a second?
Yep.
Okay, I'll see you in 5 or 10 or whatever you guys think. Thanks everybody for joining us. If you're out there, if you have any questions about what we're doing, if you're watching these things, of course, you can always post a question on the Facebook site and we'll get to it before too long.
Yeah, and if anybody's got any questions about this setup, they could just, message me. be more than happy to talk them through it.
There's been
Okay,
a few
we're gonna
people
take
who
a
have
break.
asked about that. Okay, see you shortly.
Yep. Back on.
We're live.
Hi, everybody. This is Will Faerber. We're back with Darcy Branchini here and her horse Calvin to start off with. How's Calvin been this week?
He's been okay. He's been good. Just, again, a little bit of attitude when we start for the most part.
Yeah.
But I am able to keep working him out of it. So, yeah.
That's excellent. Okay, well, let's start with a little work in hand.
Okay.
He certainly looks more shapely every time I see him.
Well,
A
that's
little less belly. Yeah.
I feel guilty when he has to wear that grazing muzzle. So I
Oh,
have to
yeah.
admit, this last week I took it off a couple times and gave him a few hours out there, and then I was like, I better stop doing that. It's just causing him to get
careful.
fat.
They put it on quickly, unfortunately.
Come on.
Yeah, it's getting better. Just keep giving a little tap, open it up a little bit more, a little more active as he goes there. Coming around. Go ahead and turn by the center line and leg yield to the right.
You have to go to the bathroom or what?
But maybe not. Go ahead and keep that stretch. Let's do a little shoulder 4 down the next long side.
Okay.
You can still trying to get the stretch a little deeper, the walk a little bit longer and swinging. I want to go all the way down before we start bringing him up.
I think he's got to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, man.
Good place to stop there, Calvin.
There we go. It's right there in front of the camera. Hi, Calvin. Give us a big stretch. That's quite a pose. Strike a pose, as Madonna used to say. All right, Calvin.
There we go.
Almost looks like he's trying to take off like a rocket ship there.
I know. It looks kind of ridiculous. Okay, come on.
Look at how they don't want to step in their own pee.
I know, he's very careful about not stepping in it. Now you should be better, huh? Oh, I was supposed to do a shoulder in, right?
Yeah, that's all right. Just get him going first. Coming to shoulder in down the next one side, coming back to me.
Okay. Come on. I know, I'm trying to get you moving. Walk on.
And now shoulder in, coming down the next long side, or shoulder 4. Nice. Good boy, Calvin. That's quite good. Good rhythmic step. Keep it going. Now go ahead and change the rein across the diagonal. And so you'll be on the outside, and from the other long side, you're going to leg yield away from the rail and go to the center.
Okay.
So you're going to cross the diagonal, keeping him in the stretch. And then after you go to the short side and you're on the next long side, then you will leg yield away from the rail out to the center line, or as far as you can get.
It's hard to keep up on the outside.
Yeah, harder there, isn't it? Is that going though? It's really quite good. When you get to the wall, onto a big circle there. Once you get to the end down here, then we're on a circle. And then we'll start to bring them up into more of a working walk on the circle. Try to bring the hindquarters a little bit more to the outside on your circle there. So bring him a little bit shoulder 4 on your circle. You have to engage a little bit more. There we go. And then bring him up and see if you can soften him up into the bridle there a little bit. If you'll come up into more of a working frame there and stay soft at the jaw and pull. If they do, it tells us that they're working correctly over their back. They will never be soft at the jaw and pull until the back comes up. That's really pretty good. Keep that going around the circle there. Keep that. Maybe get a little more contact on your outside rein, so you bring them up in the outside rein just a little bit more. See if we get a little bit more. Of course, straighten him out there. He wants to dive on you there. Got an itch. Once again, back on your circle again. Back onto a circle. Push those hindquarters out again. Get him active again. Back through everything. There we go. Get him all working again like that. Very nice. Just try to soften him a little bit more in your reins there, so we get him to soften that jaw and pull just a little bit more like that. Do that without him plunging to the ground. Now stretch him all the way down again. Let it go all the way down. Really open it up. Yeah, all the way down there. I like that. Good job. Very good. Keep that. Now bring him up again. So shortening that outside rein a little bit. Ask him to soften there onto the bridle again a little bit. More contact with the outside rein. There you go. Just taking the slack out like that. Like that. And just ask him to halt there now as you come to the center line, and just keep softening a little bit with your fingers. Don't let it become a pull. Just soften him into a walk, into a halt rather. And as long as he doesn't pull out of the reins, that's all we're looking for here. Stay soft, keep softening a little bit with your fingers as you do that. There you go. Give a little more, give and take a little bit more with your outside rein there a little bit. There you go, like that. Now ask him to halt.
There you go.
Not perfect, but not terrible either. So let's go ahead and change directions. Ultimately, we want to get him to try to set. When you've done it, sometimes it's there and sometimes not. Don't expect it to be perfect at this point. And stretching all the way down again. Go ahead and go large in the walk. And turn again by the center line and leg yield to the left.
Walk on.
Keep it going, Colin. There we go. Now go ahead and do a little shoulder 4, going away from me up the next long side. Make it a little bit more active. He's just a little unfocused here. So try to get the step a little bit more active.
Walk on.
And a little bit shoulder 4 down the next long side. So outside rein is helping you displace the forehand to the inside a little bit. Bring the forehand in just a little bit more. It started good, but he fell back to the track. Let's go ahead and do that again down the next long side. It's just being a little bit sloppy. Give him a little tap and see if you can sharpen him up just a little bit in terms of what the step that we're getting.
Walk on. I know, he seems really reluctant today for some reason.
He's a little bit sleepy there. And now let's do that shoulder 4 down this long side again. There you go. That's better now. There we go. Now we've got it. Yeah, quite good there. There we go. Now, as you come around here, let's go ahead and come to the center line and halt, and let's get on to our lunging here. I'll get you on him before too long. So I particularly didn't have to do any more of those, like trying to halt him there, because he just wasn't as stable as he was the last time we tried it. And that's going to come and go. You know, when you feel that he's really good and he's up in the bridle and it's not, and you'll feel him soften his mouth.
Okay.
And try on those days, but some days it's going to be there, some days it's going to be great, some days not. Probably better after we lunge him.
Sounds good. Not yet. Yeah, I noticed when I brought him out, he definitely seemed a little more reluctant and was like kind of pinning his ears in a way that he hasn't really. So, come on, back up.
I just say, just like us, sometimes they feel like working and sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
So it's never the same on any given 2 days.
Hey, I should have put this on you first, and I didn't. Sorry. Oh boy. I know. Hold on. No, not yet. Whoa. 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 Almost. Okay, come on. Come on. You are really
Come on, Calvin. He's got his mind back at the feed trough.
He's just like, oh, I'm in a daze today. I don't know why. Walk on.
All that grass you're letting me.
Yeah. Creates a coma, kind of like a food coma.
Chlorophyll coma. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. Good boy.
Center yourself out there in the middle of the arena there and see if we can make that walk a little more active.
Come on, walk on.
There we go. That's getting better. Let's go ahead and ask him to trot. I think he feels like he needs to move to me.
Okay, ready? And trot. Trot.
But I don't want to do anything today. There we go. There we go. And just keep trying to open up that trot. He gets over himself there.
Come on. Come on. Trot. Good boy.
There you go. Getting there. There's a little bit of there. If you keep trying to push those hindquarters a little bit to the outside, that'll help you activate him as well. You might have to be a little closer to him. There you go, like that. So you can run that lash out and give him a little tap. Now he's starting to activate a little bit. A little bit more, just needs a little bit more activity there.
Good boy. Come on.
Better, a little bit more. See if you can still get a little more active trot, a little tap. That's getting better. Watch, as soon as he stretched down like that, there's a lot more flexion in his hocks. That's what we're looking for. Yeah, good there. Keep that going. Nice, good. Keep it.
Good boy. Trot on.
Yeah, more like it.
Good boy.
Now, as you come around to the wall on the other side, just go ahead and ask him to canter. I'm not expecting a good canter. I'm just doing it to just wake him up a little bit. But that's a good stretch we're finally starting to get now.
Canter. Come on. Canter.
Towards him, give him a little tap as you come to the wall there.
Come on. Come on.
Try again. There we go. Good job.
Canter. Come on.
Okay. Now come back to the trot. It's actually for him a pretty good canter. It's actually getting better. I'll go ahead and trot again.
Good boy. Good boy.
There we go. Now we're starting to wake up. Sometimes this type of horse, the type breed I'm talking about, which means kind of a warm blood, you would say, this kind of horse is, or cold blood. More like it. So it takes them a little while to get all the parts going. They're big horses, a lot of weight to carry. That's really good now. Now we've got the horse in a trot. Really good now. Keep that going. It's much more like it now. I'll go ahead and walk and change directions. That was good.
And walk. And walk. Good boy. Yeah, it's funny how he comes out like this a lot lately, like where it just takes a while to kind of get him to a place where he's content and starting to work, you know?
Yep. Well, as I said, he's a it's summer, warm, cold-blooded kind of horse like this, carrying a lot of weight, you know.
Yeah.
Takes him a little bit.
Okay, come on.
All right, so that's more like it. Now we have something like a walk. You can go ahead and ask him to trot.
And trot. And trot. Yes, I know. Trot.
Yeah, that's more like it. Now let's try a little bit of canter in this direction.
Okay. Ready?
As you come to the wall over there.
Canter. Come on. Canter. Canter.
Yeah, good. Good.
Canter. Come on. Canter. It's okay.
He's looking out over there. That's funny. No, I'll just let him trot again for a minute. We got him
Okay.
woken up a little bit. Let him trot again for a minute.
He was like, "What is that?" It's the thing that fell off my stirrups.
Oh. That's more like it.
Good boy.
There we go. That's more That's coming around now. Quite nice. We have much better expression on his face now. Good there. There we go. Very nice. And go ahead and let him walk.
And walk. Good boy.
Very nice. And you may halt and let's get you mounted up. So you may take the side reins off. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Once again, if you should have to put them back on, we just put them back on. Take a step back, but we'll see how it goes with you just riding today.
Okay. I'm just gonna go grab that thing that fell off my stirrups too.
Fine.
Oh, I didn't have that on you. Okay. Should we go get it? Come on, Calvin.
Come on, Calvin.
Come on. While I'm getting him set up, do you mind if I ask you how many inches of footing you have in your ring?
Well, we have it now where it's probably about the soft part on top is maybe 3.5 inches, something like that. Once we drill it. And as I said, the key once you get that drag like we have is you don't want it, once you get your ring set up, you don't want to use those leveler things or anything that cut down into it. Once you get in there in the pace, all you want to use is the rakes, that you just rake it.
I was just wondering because we had like a person that does footing come out to give us some advice, and she said 3.5 as well. So I was just curious.
Yep, that's about right.
It's interesting is I've been, kind of paying attention to when he gets cranky, when he doesn't. And the interesting thing is that I did notice a big change when I started using the grazing muzzle, which sounds kind of silly maybe, but I had this theory that maybe it was just being like a little overweight was starting to really bother him. And that maybe that was actually causing some of the crankiness. I don't know. It's all theory.
Well, it does. Of course. Yeah. The heavier they are, the less they want to work, just like people,
Yeah.
And it's hard to, like the fat boy at the gym, it's hard to get them to work out enough. Once they start getting really fit, like he's starting to do, then it gets easier. But it's that hump of somebody who's been a couch potato their whole life, right? And getting them to understand that it's something that we need to do every day and start to enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so different from Reese, of course, very different breed. But yeah, Reese had a really good work ethic. So I was used to that, where he'd come out ready to go, for the most part. But yeah, he had his own issues too, so.
Yes.
Hold on. Calvin, I think we're ready to go.
Okay, Calvin.
You are.
Walk over it, Kel.
I know, right?
Sure, and pull that a little out of the mudroom.
I think he gets something on his mind, like he saw the TV and he wants to go look at it, and that's it. Like he doesn't even see what's going on underneath him. Hey, stop. Don't go towards that TV.
There we go. All right. Now we shall continue in the walk. So just starting on a big circle here at the end here. We always like to start in a circle till we get to the point where the horse wants to just go automatically stretch down, which though he's actually looking like he wants to do right away, so that's really good. But try to get the stretch all the way down. So you're never satisfied. Once again, we want every horse to go all the way down before we start trying to bring them up again. We stretch all the way to the top of the withers to pull those withers up through the shoulders is what we're trying to do. Over time, of course. And then go ahead and keep that walk and go large. Not bad. It's starting to get into a good stretch. Starting to happen a little bit. Good job. And go ahead and turn after the center line and do a leg heel to the left. Good, that was quite good, actually. Stretch a little bit deeper once again on the circle again, around the circle, and just trying to get the stretch a little deeper again to take it all the way down a little bit more even yet. Remembering on your circle to be sure that your shoulders are paralleling the shoulders of the horse. You look a little bit like you're sinking off to the right side. Square up your hips on top of the horse a little bit. So we never want to, if you feel like you're sort of cocked one hip to one side or something, then you want to straighten yourself up. You don't want to be sort of leaning, if you will. That's much better now. Now go ahead and begin to just shorten your reins and just, we'll see where he softens to. So just begin to shorten your reins up a little bit and see if he'll come up and just into a good position there like that. Good, not too bad, not too bad. There you go. Keep that big step. Being sure that we don't give up movement in order to get position, but that's really good. That's what we want. The movement actually, as he got over his back, got better rather than slowing down and not moving. So good job. Keep that, go large. So we're going to keep him about midway down. Start keeping him about midway. We're not going all the way down the stretch. Now about midway, but keeping him soft in your fingers, not trying to force him on the bridle or anything, but constantly keeping your fingers alive so we're communicating with him. And we'll do a little bit of shoulder forward down the next long side. Good, right about there, it's quite good. Right there is good. Very nice. Very nice.
Whoops.
A good position.
My foot hit the
Slip
pole.
them.
That's why these kickboards are horrible. They're not long enough. They're not big enough.
Slip. And go ahead and stretch them all the way down now as you change the rein across the diagonal. And we'll turn by the center line and do a leg yield to the right. Get them all the way over there. Good. Now on the circle, stretch all the way down again. Walk is looking better now. Really good there. Good. Now go ahead and keep that stretch and just go large in the walk. That's really good now. And when you get to the other end, you start to bring him up across the short side and then shoulder in, coming back to me on the other side. Yeah. And beginning to bring him up a little bit. Or beginning to develop the bend as you come into the next corner. You're going to let the shoulders come off the rail and then do a little shoulder forward down the long side. Very good. Right there. Good. Keep that going. Really nice. Now see if you can bring his pole up just a little bit while you're doing that now. So we shorten him up a little bit, let the pole come up. Just think of bringing the pole up a little bit, not trying to make him flex his jaw. We're just raising the pole a little bit. If everything is going correctly, he will soften his jaw. If everything else has been developed to the point that it can. Yeah, very nice. Now on the circle there, keep that walk as you walk around the circle here. And once again on the circle, letting him stretch all the way down. Like that.
Not pooping, is he? No. Come on. Walk on.
What you doing, Calvin?
Tricked me.
He was just thinking, well, maybe this lesson's over. I'll just try. See if anybody notices if I just decide to stop. Very nice. All right. Now begin to bring his pole up a little bit on the walk. You know, they're alive. I'm always amazed that people think that animals don't think. I mean, of course they think, and they think about what we're doing and what they want to do. You know, always amazes me that people think animals just kind of go through life as these sort of blank minds, that they don't think anything. You know, nothing could be further than the truth, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
I think they think more than some people that I know. I would say, really nice there. Now ask him to trot rising on the circle, just like that. That's really a nice soft walk you have right there. That's really turning into a nice working walk. Up into the trot now. And stay on your circle again. Once again, let's use our circle to keep everything organized so we just aren't going straight. Again, we do circles in order to get a horse to go straight, oddly enough. Just keep using that open leading rein as we've done before, just letting your inside hand come to the inside, at least softens without trying to get too much backwards pressure on it. Like that. Now see if he'll stretch a little bit, try to give a little more for him, see if he wants to stretch down now. I think he's about ready to go. So again, there you go, like that, getting better. Keep that going. And looking over there a little bit, just keep it going. Soft, there you go, all the way down to that stretch. Really good now, just like that. Keep that. That's really good.
Hey, I'm like,
back in the circle. And on a circle there. Once again, we're circling. A little more contact with your inside rein. That's it. Try to keep it a little more. When I say contact, I don't mean take more pull against it. Just take the slack out of it so it's more consistent. Do that again, softening all the way down into the stretch. There we go, there, like that, good. Keep yourself right where you are. You're really in good balance. Now he's swinging really nicely over his back, right there. That's good. Nicely done, right there. Keep that, just like that. Excellent. Now go large and just bring him up from that stretch a little bit, trying to keep the trot basically the same as it is there, and just bringing his pole up is all that's changing. Hopefully, or as close as we can come. Like that, really good. Keep it there, very good. Now go ahead and change the rein on the diagonal. Very nice. And back on a big circle in the middle. And let him stretch all the way down now. Really nice. Excellent work right there. Keep going. Keep that upper body lifted up. It's really good. You've really done a lot. Your shoulders are looking great, is what I'm trying to say here, and your back, and you're keeping it very steady and in balance. That's really good now. Really good work. I love how your weight is in your heels as you're rising to the trot. Excellent. Now bring him up from that stretch to see where we can come to without losing the same trot. All we're doing is shortening our ending, letting the pole come up a little bit, but that's really good right there. Now go large in that trot. Really good. And turn after the center line and do a little bit of a leg yield to the left. I don't care, you're probably not going to be too much, but whatever feels like a comfortable turn there. So you've got enough room to do a little bit of a leg yield. That was perfect, just like that. I'm asking to step away from that right leg rather. That's really good there. Good job. Now back on your circle again, all the way down into the stretch again. Just keep it rhythmic and active, like that. Swinging over his back. Really good, like that. Wonderful, excellent, right there. That's great. Keep that. Very good, just like that. Keep it going, just like that. Now bring him back up from the stretch. Right there, good. Keep him right there on your circle. Very nice, just like that. Good job. Now go large and keep that trot. Or you have it. Change the rein across the next diagonal from the next long side, that is, after you go through the two corners. And just keep him in that midway position. So you decide when the stretches come all the way down. Really good. Right there. And changing on the diagonal. Notice everybody watching this, how much more his belly has now pulled up. Now he's brought those flanks in that were kind of a bit pregnant looking when we first started. Now that's all gone. Like that, all the way down in that stretch again on your circle here. It's wonderful. All the way around the circle. Great job. Now bring him up from the stretch on the circle, shortening your reins. Trying to keep just the same trot we have right there, but all that's happening is his pole is coming up as much as possible. Really nice, just like that. There, and go large in that trot. Great work right there, keep it. Turn it after the center line and the leg yield to the right. Very nice. Keep that going.
It's hard to get.
That's it. Send him over. Remember, he's got to move from your leg. A little tap behind your leg there. Good job there. Now all the way down in the stretch again. Really good. Keep big stretch all the way down. That's really nice. Really nice there. Keep that. Excellent. Around your circle. Really good. Like that. Keep it right there. Nice and active. Really good. Good. Now bring him back up from that again. It's really good. Notice how much his belly has come up again, folks, watching this. You can see that the back is really engaging beautifully here. Keep that. Right there. Good job. Very nice. Right about there. Really good working trot for him today. That's really good right there. Keep that. How's that feel? Nice and light and rhythmic?
Yeah, really good.
Good, really good. Keep that. Keep that. Oh, you're done. Go ahead and go large. Keep it going. That's really good. Really nice. Excellent work. Now, when you get to the end of the long side, just ask him to walk. Just taking your time, not expecting anything to happen too quickly like that, no grabbing hold of the bridle like that. But just as he comes back, then we soften him in the walk and then stretch him all the way down. Always going back through the gears the way we go up through them, like that. Ending with that stretch all the way down, letting the back really swing and relax. What they remember when they come back the next time. Really, really nice. That was a fantastic ride, Darcy. That ended up being really good. Really, really nice.
It did.
You know, the summer sometimes changes. You know, sometimes the walk can be difficult, and you know, with horses that are heavy and it's warm and they just kind of don't want to get their motors going. So, you know, sometimes a little bit of trot. Now, if once again, we always say that if something doesn't improve, well, then you know, quickly stop doing what you're doing. But he came around really quickly by virtue of just sort of changing our emphasis, if you will, a little bit.
Yeah.
Just to give him a little more space and let him stretch out and get him working.
Yeah.
But that was really nice. I mean, actually, you know, not a single foot wrong once you got on his back, and really nice. Really, once he's like that every day now. We see once he gets the stretch going on the long line and really gets there on the lunge line, then he just totally turns around and all that pissiness disappears and he gets in the groove of what we're doing. So I think that's just sort of hold over old things. Once we get the brain going right,
Okay.
everything is willing to come back.
Yeah, this was really
But great job, you guys. Again, it's just wonderful to see these guys going every day. Any questions today from you?
I was just going to say it was really useful. I think the last 2 lessons he came out kind of cranky, but we worked him out of it pretty quickly, and we actually did a really nice lesson. Like, I think I've been maybe a little reluctant and working on my own to try, like, you know, pushing him through a trot and stuff like that. But I think the lesson for me is that I think as long as I'm working him through it, try it. Like, and if it doesn't work, maybe just take the step back.
Don't let it turn into an hour-long battle. If it doesn't come around very quickly, well, then, you know, you back up once again to whatever, if that even means getting off of him, putting him back on the line, whatever step you have to go back to get something to go right is what we always have to do. You know?
Okay.
And once again, these kind of weather changes and all these things are going to always affect horses. It always makes a difference, whether they're neat, whether they're not. I mean, all these things that change them from day to day. I mean, exhausted from the day before or whatever the case may be. But really, really nice. I couldn't be happier with both of you guys and your horses. Really well done.
Thank you, Will.
Thanks, Will.
Excellent. All right, you guys, if there are no further questions, thanks everybody for joining us today. We much appreciate it. I hope these lessons are helping everybody else as much as they're helping these guys. And hopefully they are. I've certainly got a lot of comments from people saying how much they're enjoying these lessons and beginning to see how all this is applied day after day after day. You know, that's the hardest thing, is going home and then knowing how to, oh, was it enough? Was it not enough? You know, so that's the kind of thing that this work on hand, you know, so I'm so happy that we have this system now that I can work with people, you know, between seeing you for a year, you know, before everything gets totally out of whack, you know, to keep everybody on track. So it's really been wonderful. And thanks again for helping set all this up. So, all right, you guys, I'll see you next week. Same time, same channel. Just let me know if Lauren wants to join us, and we'll change the time, you know, whatever you guys want to do. It's good for me.
Sounds good.
And I look forward to seeing you all in Ithaca on the weekend of October 9th, 8th, 9th, I guess it is.
Yeah.
8th, 9th, yep.
8th and 9th. Great
9th,
job.
10th,
Maybe 8th, 9th, and 10th, or whatever it is for the day before, if we can work that out
We'll
too.
post it as soon as we get everything all.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Great. Thanks, Will.
All right, guys. See you soon. Thanks so much.